Hey guys, this is Caesar 10 Count by Deor, another episode. We have Armando here from Sonoras Tire. I can let you know that their tires are the best, and they're going to go ahead and tell us a little bit more about that. So, Armando, thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it. We're located in Bloomington, California, on Valley. Been around for about 40 years, and I'm excited to say that we're expanding, making a new shop. So that should be coming by November, December this year. Just as everything goes smooth, you got the county and all that. So we're excited. We're very excited.
Awesome. So, tell me, how long have you guys been in that spot, in that location?
Like 40 years since my grandpa opened it. So that's 40 years. My pops has been there, been doing it, and I'm hoping to will take it over. So that'll be the good part about it. We do specialize in alignments, brakes, any mechanical needs. We can do them. We do stay away from diesel, but everything else, we're here for you. We do big rigs as well, so that's a good thing.
Nice. So you were telling me that your grandpa he was the first one that started the business. Any idea how the name came along?
Sonora. I know he's from Sonora,
Okay.
San Luis. So he's from there. Decided. I know they were in LA for a long time, and at that point, he had a great job, but he wanted to move. So once he moved down here to Fontana, or they call it the tracks, right? Like real Fontana people call it the tracks. See, they moved down there, and I asked him maybe 2 months ago before he passed, hey, so how'd you get into it? And one thing he said was like, I literally just started taking tires that people didn't want and selling them. But it wasn't like they were bad tires at the time. So they were
Right.
good tires. People just could get rid of them. At that point, people would just get rid of them. He'd go to Riverside, wherever in the Empire, and just ask people, hey, you don't want these tires? I'll sell them. And that's how he just started that business going. So
Wow, that's insane. I mean, it's like they say, no one man's treasure trashes one's another's man's treasure. That's insane. So tell me a little bit more of like how he started the shop. I know your dad is there. He also works there. How did they both start the shop? Or I mean, your grandfather started it, but how did he actually came up with the location and all that good stuff?
So back then, I know it was easier. It wasn't as difficult as it is now. So you could literally go to somebody, and I know that shop prior to it being a tire shop was a veterans bar. So like
Oh,
it was
wow.
just a bar, and he went to the owner and said, can I buy your place?" And it was never meant to be a tire shop, and he bought a portion of the property. I don't know how much, but I know it wasn't somewhere he was, because he worked in LA for so many years that he had a great job. Decided to come over here to have a house, like a nicer house, stuff like that. And he bought the property or bought the business, and then just started running the shop out of there. And at one point, they still had another landlord, and I know she was from Florida.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so the landlord eventually some negotiating went along, and he just started. He said, can I buy you the whole property up?"
Oh,
So
wow.
now it's about like an acre and a half or somewhere around there.
Wow.
So, but at one point it was just a shack, I could say, like a small shop, and yeah, and then he never looked back. I mean, that's kind of the.
So little by little, you guys been growing it, and I know it hasn't been easy. I think every business owner knows that any business, it's not easy. There's always struggles, and there's always growing pains. But it seems like you guys are doing amazing. But tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do in the shop? I mean, how's a day with Armando at the shop?
So I just kind of look around, make sure. I mean, first when I started, this is like 6 years ago. I was a worker, strictly a worker, just getting my hands and or my boots dirty, hands dirty.
No freebies.
No freebies. Yeah, so I was strictly that, and I enjoyed it. I did enjoy it, and eventually I knew like I need to grow. This is going to be mine. I have to do more.
Right.
And that's what I'm doing now. I just kind of talk to all my workers, make sure they're good, that everyone's good. I got to make sure customers are happy. That's the main thing, is the customers.
Right.
And it's not. There's tire shops all over, right?
Right.
And that's the way I think. Like everyone has a tire shop. They're gonna come to you just because you have the product. It's the service you're giving them. That's the way I think of it. Like how am I gonna? I wouldn't want to treat somebody that's my grandma. My grandma goes to another tire shop and they treat her bad. Like that's not okay to me. You got to be a nice person for you to sell something, or just even for them to come back or mention somebody else. It's not, the product sells itself. That'll sell itself. To me, I think of it as, if I'm not give you time of day and make relationships, that's how I'll grow. And that's how I think it, anything, any business you're in, that's what I've learned. And now, I'm in a different point where I'm not the worker anymore. And that's some growing, because I want to help, and I do help these guys out most of the time. But I know I have other things to do where, hey, I have to keep, what's going on here, what's doing this here. I have to keep an eye on everybody. And that's kind of where I'm at now, where, make sure everything running smooth, make my sales, kind of just, how would I say it?
Oversee everything.
Overseeing, and then you make relationships with different people, different
Networks.
friends, networks, stuff like that. That's where I'm at now, and I see that as it's a good growing spot. But sometimes I do feel I want to still work with them, and I do, right? But I'm more in a different spot where, how am I going to improve the shop, right?
Right.
And other than me touching, a bar and getting a tire off, how am I going to do that? So
you're actually worth more, doing those networks than obviously you have all your employees, that can do that for you. But, you touched something very, very important, because I think the key to every business is the way you are and how tentative you are with your clients. That's very important. The service, more than anything, you couldn't have said better. It's that service that we provide to the customer that keeps them coming back.
Yeah.
And I think that that's very, very, very important. Yeah, you can do many, many other things to grow the business, right? But I think that's the number one thing in order for a business to be successful is your customer service and what you can offer to your clients. Because you're right, there's tire shops everywhere, just like here our dental office. There's 150 dental offices surrounding us within a 25-mile radius. But, when you do offer that service and you cater to these clients and patients and whatnot, I mean, they keep coming back and they keep referring because, you're right, the product sells itself, but, behind the product, there has to be that customer service. And I think that's very, very important. And, sometimes, I feel the same way as you do, man. I wish I can help, and be there and help them take x-rays, do this, do that. But honestly, I think we have goals that we want to go ahead and reach, and some of those goals involved us being elsewhere, and obviously overseeing is still a job in itself. Because you still have to go ahead and make sure that everything gets done, that you kind of guide them, right? Because they always need guidance. And I think that's very important too. So when you guide them and you let them know what they need and how they need to get the job done, it always gets it done, right? So amazing point. I completely concur with you on that one, because it's very important for us to go ahead and have great customer service. So tell us about the type of tires that you guys have at your shop.
Any tires. I mean, we've invested a lot into the shop to be able to get any tire you need. On hand, we usually keep the most economical, just because where we're at.
Right.
It's not that, people just want to go. Everyone in that city is moving. And if you go down the street, go walk down Valley, I want to get somebody to count how many cars go down there. And because it's a lot. It's crazy. It's an absurd amount. Any tire you need. I mean, we usually sell Falcons. We're on the Falcon program, Toyo program, Michelin program as well. So we get bulk of tires.
So you pretty much have everything for every customer.
Yeah,
right? Every customer wants Michelin, you guys have Michelin. So that's cool. So you guys have the variety to have everything in stock.
Sure.
Awesome. And then another thing, we were talking about you playing football, when you were younger, and talk to us about that. How hard was it to leave that career, because you were telling me you got a scholarship, to actually now you being the face of Sonora Tires?
Yeah, so I started playing football when I was a little kid. I was bigger than everybody, so I was playing defensive end and all that. And now I'm not as big, but I remember in 5th grade I was watching Mark Sanchez, right?
Wow.
Yeah, Mark Sanchez, and I was like, oh, I want to be like that guy.
Yeah. How big were you, boy, if you don't mind me asking?
Probably like 5'11" by 5th grade, or I don't know. I was bigger than everybody. We don't get taller than we maxed out at 5th grade, and then,
right.
And we're like, all right, everyone catch up. So yeah, Mark Sanchez was a big inspiration. So I started doing that, and I asked my mom, hey, I want to play quarterback. Started doing that all throughout high school. Won a state championship. Did all those things.
Wow.
And then never got picked up. That was fine. I never cared about that. Maybe I did a little bit, but
right.
but out of high school, I'll say.
Right.
But never wavered in my mind. The one thing I'll say is I've seen adversity, like
Right.
throughout my whole life. You see your dad, he's working hard. Not everything is great, I'll say, when you're little like that. You don't know what's going on behind the scenes. But
Right.
you obviously know, hey, he's working. Like, he's not home. He's doing stuff. We didn't used to close the shop till 8 o'clock.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He would be out
that's-
from 8 to 8. I never really saw him. But I knew he was out working, right?
Yeah.
So that's the thing. And from my perspective, I didn't know. I was just happy to have a dad and mom that cared for me.
Right.
So, whatever. Went to junior college, did that. Finally got out, left, and that was the best thing ever. And now, but even when I was in senior in high school, I've always seen that business. And even when I was little, like, I would go there and just wash the machines and just take care of it, And my dad would just give me a game. That'd be my little paycheck.
Like a reward.
Yeah, like a little DS game or PSP game.
Yeah.
And but I've always seen my uncle show up to family events, or my dad show up to family events, Christmases and stuff like that, in their work clothes.
Right.
And to me, it was like, oh man, this is pretty cool. Like, I thought it was really cool. Like, and they had their own things going, and it was an inspiration. I was like, hey, like, there's nothing wrong with that.
Oh, of course not.
And there's nothing, like, you can see, people are working every day, and I thought it was just the best thing for me to see that, because
Right.
they would be dirty, not clean, right? And I was like, oh, that's cool to me. I don't mind doing that. Even now, I'd go home or I go to an event right after work and just go and, like, what's the
Right.
nothing wrong with it. So, but yeah, I mean, since that point in time, I decided to come back and take over, and little by little, it's finally going along. So yeah.
Nice. So that was your transition from obviously your football career to the tire shop. And once again, you brought up something very important. Sometimes, like you said, we're young, we don't really understand our parents, or oh, they're not there for games, they're this, that. But you know what, it's a legacy that they're living for us,
for sure.
and I see it with many business owners nowadays, that legacy that our parents left for us, or they're leaving for us, and now we want to go ahead and pass that on with our sons or our kids. That's very, very important.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, it just I know we're young and sometimes we don't understand, but I mean, I was a soccer player when I was young, and I can tell you that my dad only went once to see me play.
Yeah.
And up to this day, bro, I still tell him like that. Oh, you go to my daughter's games all the time, but then with me, you only went once.
You
He's
score
like,
a goal?
No, we lost that one, bro. Unfortunately, we would always win, and then he shows up, and then we lost. I was like, damn, I was so bummed out. But see, it's like we didn't understand, right? Now it's to where, like, okay, now we know why he was doing it, you know, not because they didn't want to, or not because they didn't care for us. It's just, they were working so hard to put food on the table and leave that legacy, right? So, we gotta definitely give our parents shout outs. They're amazing people. But going back to the transition, so tell us something that you would enjoy doing at a young age at the tire shop.
I think just hiding in tires, scaring the workers, stuff like that.
Scaring the workers.
Scaring the workers.
Tell us about that
Yeah.
one.
Well, I mean, I was really there almost every week. I would say, like, weekend. I think if I didn't at school. I mean, I was a crazy kid, so I would go and just, my mom would be like, yeah, take him, like take him. So I just go there and hang out. Sometimes, I mean, obviously I'm a kid, I'm gonna just hang out.
Right.
Whenever they clean, I mean, I didn't even know I did this, but one of the workers, he's been there for like 20-some years at least. Yeah,
that says a lot.
Yeah,
when employees, I mean, that says a lot.
But he's known me since I was like a baby, and I still have like a soft spot. I love him. He took care of me.
Right.
And now he's 40, so he started when he was 18 there.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's been a long time. But he told me that whenever they clean the tire, this is kind of gross, but whenever they like take out the tire, like water to check the tires in, that they would refill it with water.
Oh, okay.
And I would just go in there and like lay in there. It's crazy.
like taking a bath.
Yeah, like taking a bath. But I was like, why'd I do that? I don't know. I think they like told me you won't do that, and I just did it.
Right.
But they knew it's all love though.
Right.
I never thought of it as like, oh, like,
yeah, like it's gross or anything like that. I mean, I know you go there, and then sometimes it looks cool. Like you just sometimes I just get my hand in it, especially when it's hot, bro. I just go in there like.
Yeah.
It's
I've seen people wash their hands in it. So yeah, like they'll like go and it's kind of, you're like, now you're like, oh, what the heck are you? But it's like, all right, whatever.
No, definitely. So how would you scare them?
I would literally tell RG, the guy that's there, and like, hey, put me in this tire. I'm gonna scare my dad or somebody, and there'd be like tires stacked up, probably like this high. And I was little, and I would just pop out and you get them. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's insane. I mean, those are the cool things about, I guess your dad being the owner, you get to get away with a lot of things.
Yeah.
But then again, you don't, because they expect so much from you. And just like we were talking about earlier, there's no freebies. You're the son of the owner. You're still another worker.
Yeah.
And I think that's something that, it's good. But then again, it's like, it can be bad as
for
well,
sure.
right? But so tell us about, I know your brother plays football right now.
Yeah.
So tell us about, I know we were talking about earlier, an incident happened when you didn't have your mouthpiece on the football game.
Oh, yeah.
So how was that?
So I used to watch Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
He would not play with a mouthpiece. He would chew gum.
Yeah.
Right? So I was like, I'm going to try it. And this is like my senior year of high school. And it was, I don't know, I was like, I'm going to just do it. This is the first time and last time I ever did that. And I was chewing gum, and it was like halftime fine. Everything was fine. Third quarter comes, and someone just hits me.
Whoa.
And I was so close to biting my tongue off. It was the worst. But mouthpieces are essential for sure. Like you need those, like you gotta play with a mouthpiece. You can't.
Definitely. Especially with such a big impact, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, boxers, at least they still get to move their head, but when you just hit, like, obviously, when you play football, sometimes it's just so hard, that those hits,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's very, very important to actually wear a mouthpiece. So tell us about your brother. Like, where is he playing right now? And just where is he at in his career?
So he, out of high school, got a walk on to ASU.
Oh, nice.
So it was really fun. Just got impatient. I mean, it happens. You get impatient. You want to play, and that's okay. Like every kid, and that's the thing. I coach now. Well, I'll go up to my brother, but every kid wants to play, and I understand that. I wanted to play really bad.
Right.
It just happens. So he bounced back, came back, is at El Camino, and he was killing it this year. Killed it. He went to junior college in El Camino, killed it. They haven't won like that league. It has like Ventura, a bunch of big RCC.
Wow.
El Camino had won that league in 15 years or something like that.
Jeez.
And they ended up winning the league. And so now he's just waiting on that call. I mean, he's thrown for like multiple D1 schools, Purdue, not ASU again, but Purdue, Cal, schools like that.
Right.
And they just haven't taken a shot, and that's okay. I mean, that's something where, for me being the big brother, that's like, it'll happen.
Right.
I mean, you're not gonna. Everything happens for a reason,
right.
And you just gotta be patient. That's
God's timing is perfect, you know, and it'll definitely happen. And this is so cool because once again, going back to our parents and how hard they worked, that's why they gave us a better life, and that's why we were able to have all these opportunities, and that's just amazing for him to be there and be where he's at. I mean, I bet your parents are super, super proud of you guys. You know?
For sure.
And that's just something that nobody can take away from us. And we need more of our people and nuestra gente latina out there. Making the difference. As there is a lot of people, and we're a lot of people, and we're definitely making a difference. But I mean, kudos to him, and I'm pretty sure, hopefully, God willing, he'll get drafted, man, and why not? Go into the NFL. But so going back to the tire shop, where is it located? Where can they actually find you guys? Because I know you guys are on Instagram. I know you guys are on TikTok. And then also tell us about some promotions that you guys have.
So we're located in Bloomington, California, on Valley 17977 Valley Boulevard. Our Instagram is Sonora Tires Inc. And it'll say Bloomington on it, and then our TikTok is Sonora Tires Inc. as well. So, and it has like a little tire logo. I didn't wear the logo today, but
awesome. Well, we're actually gonna have it on the actual link.
Oh, okay. And we have promotions. We usually, when you buy 2 tires, we give you a discount on alignments. So it's not a complete. I don't say it like we'll give you a discount. I'll say that. Buying 4 new tires, you get a free alignment with it, and I'll recommend doing that because when you put on new tires and you don't want any other issue. I've had times where, when I first started, I guess, where people would go and just leave, but we offer that, and I don't have time or stuff like that, but it's a service we're offering, and you're leaving,
right,
and that could cause your tires just to wear out completely within a year, and you're there to get your tires and put on and you want them to last at least 3 years. I've seen Chinese tires last 3 to 4 years just based off of alignments and rotations.
Right.
You know, it's like anything. You take care of yourself. You brush your teeth.
Right.
You know, same thing like that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So then, question: do you guys do Teslas?
Tesla, yeah, we do Teslas. Yeah.
Sometimes you know there's like they don't align Teslas.
Yeah.
What's the reason for that, or why
It's-
not a
they're-
lot of
they're-
shops do that?
So they're more complicated than what they seem. It's not an easy thing to do, I'll say, but it's not hard. And you have to have the software for it. So we do those things. We do, you know, tires on Teslas. And it's like if you touch a Tesla, the dealer will say, the Tesla will say, oh, we're no longer responsible for that. So we obviously talk to the customers like, hey, once you do this, you know, like, just like, you know, they're like, yeah, it's okay. So, but they don't even have Tesla. That's the thing. They don't even have Tesla dealers. So it's kind of.
So then, yeah, exactly. That's what my question was going to be next. So then it's mostly the software, right?
Yeah,
that
the software.
that not a lot of maybe not a lot of
Yeah.
shops have it. Excellent. The reason why I'm asking is I drive a Tesla and I'm about to go to you guys to get my tires and then get them aligned. But see, that is so cool because other places don't offer the alignment, you know. So if you guys are hearing this, I mean, you know, check them out, give them a call, follow them on Instagram, TikTok. I mean, because just alone the actual alignment, it's pretty expensive.
Yeah.
And you guys are actually offering it with you buy like 4 tires, which is amazing and it's unheard of. But nowadays everything is, you know, extra. So is that something that you always do for your customers, or is it something that you guys are just doing for the for today's promo?
No, it's always been there. That's one thing I think why people keep coming back, because we do that. I mean, everyone that comes in that has been a regular has said, "Oh, can you do alignment?" Yeah, of course. Like, yeah, you know that we always hook you guys up. So it's something we've done for years. I know my pops has done it for years, and it's something that will stick as long as I'm there. So I don't plan on changing that. And then when you do buy tires, I know a lot of tire places do this, but you do get your free patches, so repair.
Oh, nice.
Right, on all your tires for the life of the tire. It doesn't matter if you know.
Amazing.
Yeah, so it doesn't matter if you know, get a nail in it one day and then the next day you get another nail. Like, well, it's gonna be fixed and it's free. Yeah.
Question: have you guys thought or are you guys mobile?
Mobile. Yeah, so I've done mobile. We do mobile.
Oh,
it's
cool.
not something.
Cool.
So I've taken a back step on that right now. I'm waiting for this build to get done. I want the new shop to get done. My dad's busy with that.
Awesome.
So,
yeah, we want to talk about the new shop in a little bit, but yeah, so go ahead about the mobile.
Oh, the mobile. Okay, so the mobile. Yeah, so I've done it. I've done a lot of jobs. Probably like, I don't know, 50 or so jobs with it. It's fun. I don't mind it. I've taken a step back. That's the only thing. I've just kind of.
So for those of us that are like really, really busy out there, and our listeners out there, I mean, if you're, you know, a business owner and you're like super swamped with work, I mean, they do mobile, which is amazing. And honestly, that's something to take advantage of. Now, when it's mobile, you still have to, I'm pretty sure you have to bring your car in and then still get it online at the shop.
Yeah, so that's the one thing about it.
Okay, cool.
So you do have to do that, but we'll for sure put on the tires, all those things, and make sure it's balanced. A lot of people don't have the actual balancing machines in their car.
Oh, okay.
So we have one of those, and it's always ready. So that's the thing. I know when someone calls that's a familiar customer, that I'll do the jobs. But if it's just one time, I'm more into semis when I do the mobiles.
Right.
So I do the semi trucks.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
amazing. Yeah. Now I have a question, and every time I go to the shop, which is not often, right? But you know, I always get like curious, and then I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna ask that question. Maybe people are think I'm stupid. But so when you guys take the tire off and then put a new tire, you guys get this little piece of metal and add it to the ring. What is that for?
Piece of metal.
Yeah, like they put it in the ring.
Oh, like the core?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is that for?
It's just to hold the air.
Oh,
on top, you're talking about?
No. Like on the ring, like it's like little.
Oh, the
metal.
balancing.
Oh, yeah. That's what it is for.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. I'm like
inside, right? You're talking about the inside?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
so that's tire balancing.
Okay.
That's used for. If you're,
Sorry, I'm really.
No, you're good,
I didn't even want to ask the question.
No,
but
it's good. I'm
gonna
start doing 2-fact Tuesdays. So every Tuesday, because people they don't really know.
Yeah, because see, I every time I'm like I'm saying, it's not often, but I'm like, dude, what do they do with that?
Yeah.
Like, and then I didn't want to ask. So I was like, I'm gonna ask them right now.
Yeah.
So excited to hear about the new shop. Tell us about it.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm really excited. I mean, that's gonna be my dad's investing in this, so
Wow.
you know, knowing that and my brother-in-law's there. I didn't mention that, but my brother-in-law's there
nice.
with me, so we'll be doing that together.
Shout out to the brother-in-law.
Brother Evan, yeah, he's a lineman. He's a lineman guy.
Oh,
so
he's
yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So I'm gonna see you soon, brother.
Yeah, so he's the lineman guy. He does it. You know, he's perfect. He'll do measure it out, like make sure everything's on there correctly, and Gustavo and all those guys. But the new shop probably November. That's
Nice.
that's what I'm thinking. Right now they're putting up the last pieces of the wood.
Wow.
So it's coming along. I mean, it was very, I don't know, it's like stressful. You want it to be done already. Cause it's,
Oh, definitely. I mean, just if you check the lab out, I mean, it's still not 100%
Yeah,
done.
yeah.
I'm like, dude, I wish it could be done already.
Yeah.
But yeah, it takes time. You know, anything that you want something to come out good, you know, you guys just gotta be a little bit patient.
for sure. Yeah.
But so how big is it gonna be compared to where you guys are right now?
It's going to be pretty massive. Like I don't think I've seen, you know, Les Schwab's, and not trying to like, you know,
Yeah, no, definitely.
but it's going to be pretty big. Like it's something where I've never seen before. Like I've never seen it.
Wow.
I've never seen a shop like this.
So I'm pretty sure you guys are gonna be the biggest shop in Bloomington.
For sure. Probably this area, like in probably IE, I think.
I'm pretty sure with the whole, you know, there's a lot of companies that just moved to Bloomington, and I'm telling you this because my parents live in Bloomington, and Bloomington is such a small little city that it was taken over by all the big rigs and all that.
Yeah.
Has that given you guys more business? Because I know that the homeowners hate it.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I think Bloomington is becoming more like blue collared. You know, more people are. It's not very. Everyone I feel like is moving out. I feel.
Right.
Not really, but really.
Yeah.
There's more businesses going in.
Right.
And all around us, like you see in Rialto, it's getting nicer.
Yeah. Fontana.
Yeah, Fontana's getting nicer. So it's not really affecting us because they got the big rigs, or not. I mean, and more trucking companies. But there's a place like probably three shops down or whatever. They get a lot of business, but they're moving. So they've gotten so much business that they're leaving.
They're actually leaving.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So then, but you guys also do like big rigs. You guys do
Tires.
yeah.
None of the like alignment. No
like
alignments.
just the tires.
Yeah. So I do that, and then we have like 3 other guys that do it. So if we need to, we'll do it. Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. What's your favorite thing that it's gonna be at the new shop?
It's
What
just,
is it like? Something that I can't wait. I'm looking forward for this. Like,
I feel like a new system.
a new system.
Yeah, I like the first come first serve, but then you know you got people that want to schedule it out.
Right.
You got people want to plan their days,
Right.
and that's fine. But I want to have like a new. We're not very techy yet,
Right.
so it's all just kind of okay.
So you guys
here it
are
is.
getting into that
Yeah,
software and all that.
That's my job. So we went to SEMA show.
Oh wow, yeah, at Vegas. We were
yeah.
actually there, but we were there for a fight, you know.
Yeah.
'Cause we do all these. But man, it was massive. By the way, my friend, shout out to Herman. He's the Dub magazine owner, which you know he's one of the sponsor too.
Yeah, shout
But
out to
yeah. It's they're always there, and you know he's always telling me like how cool it is. And,
Oh, it's
but anyway, sorry, you were
no,
saying.
it's SEMA show is
insane.
insane. Yeah, so I'm glad you gotta go because it's.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go
yeah.
next year with you guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
get my pass through you guys.
Yeah, it's insane. They have everything and anything you could think of, like it for tires.
Right.
And so when I went, we went to this technology. There's like different sections, and we ended up going to the technology section right at the end. And I seen this system where it was called Tire Boss, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Good system, great system, and it's kind of just gets you rolling on like, all right, what do you have this? What do you have this? And then for my pops to make it easier for him to oversee, you know, okay, what sales are what are we really making? That's what it is. Because you know we have QuickBooks and nothing's wrong. I love QuickBooks.
Yeah. But there's nothing more like having a software that is just dedicated to whatever it is that you guys do. Right?
And you see everything, you know, from start to finish, and like how much labor rate, what's your labor rate, blah, 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 like
Wow.
what's really your labor rate, how much you're really making off this. So and I think with QuickBooks you do see that,
Right.
but not till your accountant comes in. But every day with Tire Boss, you see that, and it's like every day.
So you pretty much have the day, pretty much accountable for.
Yeah, your gross domestic for
Right.
that day. You
Awesome.
get to see it all.
That's-
So that's
that's-
I think that was the best thing about it. But I think that implementing that in the next shop, we haven't really settled on one. There's multiple. There's probably, I don't know, 30,000, I don't know, hundreds of them. I haven't really settled on one that I'm like, because it's not.
I would say go with the one that doesn't have like monthlies and then licenses. I mean, I just say just buy it, and there's softwares like that
Yeah.
where you have to pay monthlies, or you have to pay the service, or you
Mhm.
have to. But and I tell you, because in the dental side it's exactly the same thing. But we found a software where it's just a one-time pay and that's it.
Yeah.
And it has everything that you need. So just a little bit FYI.
Yeah, yeah, I got
But
you.
no, definitely the softwares are what makes you or break you. Like
Mhm.
that's such an important part of it. And our parents, old school, escribían like they would write everything on a notebook and
Yeah.
such and such. But now everything is like technology is. We live in a world that now is everything is social media.
Yeah, for
Everything
sure.
is technology. So it's very important that you guys are doing that. Now, question: are you guys gonna go ahead and like since you kind of like do mobile and stuff like that, do you guys have a service, or are you guys planning to do a service? Will you send somebody to pick up the car for the owner, and then you guys take it to a shop, and then you guys deliver it back? Are you guys thinking of doing something like that, or are you gonna step away from
We
that?
have done that where people want us to pick them. I've done that probably like a handful of times, but it's not something I'm really
Looking forward to.
looking forward to, because it's just like it leaves, that gives an extra worker to go.
Right.
You lose a guy.
Right,
So,
right.
but we've done it. We've done it before. I'd had to drive a guy from our shop because he dropped off his car and had no one to pick him up, and then I dropped him off like probably 20 minutes away, and that's
Ubers are available now.
nah, but who wanted to, I don't know. I feel like for me, I'd be like, no, I
Yeah.
got you, man. Like,
Yeah,
pasa
no,
nada, está bien.
definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. But guys, once again, we're here with Sonora Tires. We are extremely happy for them to be part of the 10 Count Deor family, the official sponsors of Custom Mouthpieces by Deor. Please check them out. Please look at their page. Go ahead and give them a call if you need any tire, alignments, or let's just say you ibas manejando y te encajaste un clavo and that nail went through your tire. Come on, let's go ahead and hit him up. Also, what he just said is awesome, and I've never heard it before. You buy the tires with them, free alignment, and the patches as well. Like something happens
Patches
to your
and
tires,
rotations, yeah.
patches and rotations. So take advantage of it. Armando, what do you want to say to your loyal customers that been there with you forever, and the new ones that are about to go ahead and come to Sonora Tires?
I just want to say welcome, or thank you guys for coming, or coming by and always being loyal to us. Be ready for the next shop. It's going to be jam packed. When the opening day does come, I'll probably post it on Instagram. So make sure you follow the Instagram and TikTok. And yeah, I just want to say welcome. You're going to get the best service of your life. It's quick, won't take long. It's I'm always welcome, or always negotiable. I always try to help you out. It's never about me or anything I'm getting. It's always about you. So yeah.
Awesome. There you guys heard it. And we can't wait for the grand. Are you guys going to have a grand opening?
Yeah, that's the plan.
Oh,
So yeah,
there we
I'm
go.
excited.
Carne asada y todo.
Yeah.
But stay tuned for the grand opening. Definitely Deor team along with our production crew is going to be there. And can't wait to, grab that in video and have that memorable day for you guys. And definitely you guys we'll have a video from us.
For sure.
So thank you guys. Stay tuned for the next episode. 10 Count by Deor.